Welcome to day 9 of the road trip. Sadly, it is our last day, but it is also the last gathering. And as you can tell, this is the biggest crowd yet. So how long have you been waiting here to see all these YouTubers?
Well, I got here at 1 a.m.
What?
Yes.
You were the first person in line, you got here at 1 a.m.?
Yes.
When did the second person get in line?
About 7:30 maybe?
Okay, so you were prepared.
I was walking around a long time.
Was it worth it?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Man.
You get to see,
so good.
You get to see everyone you want to see?
Everyone I want to see.
All right.
So good, dude.
Thanks, bro. So the mandatory beginning, Dope Fresh Nation. Thank you. Hey, Dope Fresh Cupcakes.
Next meeting. Thank
What's your name?
Melissa.
And how did you enjoy the gathering?
Really much.
I know it was quick, but did you get to see everyone you wanted to see?
Yep.
Yeah?
Very nice meeting you. Oh, yeah. You didn't play it until? Under, so you guys just became friends? Oh, cool.
Behind the table, of course.
The gathering was crazy. I was not expecting to see 3,000 people show up to something like that. I almost felt like I was like we were One Direction showed up. It was awesome though. It was really cool to meet everybody.
How did you enjoy the gathering?
Yeah, it was really good.
Yeah.
Really good?
Yeah.
Did you ever think that all of these YouTubers would come here to London?
No.
Not at the same time.
Yeah. Who was your favorite?
Michael.
Yeah,
Michael?
Michael or Charlie.
Yeah?
It's good? All right.
That's a lot of people. Did you ever think that all of your favorite YouTubers would come to London and do a gathering here?
Maybe not with so many of them. I thought they would like come one by one, but it's so awesome that you guys organize this.
Yeah, that's cool. All right, who is your favorite that you got to meet?
CTFXC. Jesse and Jeana for me.
Yeah.
Just in case.
Thank you so much. I really like your videos.
Thank you very much.
We've been whipping our hair back and forth on the tube.
Hey, nice. There was this little dog. I guess it was 8 weeks old. It was like a baby Jack Russell, which is the same dog that we have, or we have a rat terrier, same thing. You pointed out that it was coming, so you got the camera ready and gave it to Alli, and she just freaked out.
It's 2. It's in 3D.
Were you excited to see all of the YouTubers, or was it just a few of them that sparked your interest?
All of them are amazing, but specifically I really wanted to see Charlie and Bryarly.
Yeah. Did you ever think that you'd be able to have a gathering like this in London with all of these YouTubers?
No, thank you Contiki so much for putting it all together. It's amazing.
Hi.
Come on. I saw the tweet about
It was good. It was much less overwhelming than I'd expected.
Yeah?
You know, when we first drove up, the line was around the block and beyond. The Contiki staff did a really great job, and the security people did as well, of keeping it very manageable. So I never had to see more than about 20 people at a time.
I'm from York, which is up north, and I travelled about 3 hours on the train to be here.
Okay. And was it everything you hoped it would be?
It was, just meeting kind of all the guys from the apprentices, It was just a dream come true.
The gathering was crazy today. There's so many people. I don't know how they stood in line for so long. I was freezing just sitting. So awesome.
What was really amazing was how long they really all took to get there. Everyone came from different places. I think some people even flew in. It was funny because every time you met someone that was like, oh, I'm just from London. And there was almost like a breath of relief on their face because it's like, yeah, it was really easy to get here. Because I'm assuming they talked to other people like, oh, I woke up at 6 this morning, I'm doing this. And it was really great though because I mean, they were all so stoked to be there, and even if it was just for a couple of seconds.
I think it makes sense though, because like we're in the U.S., so a plane ticket to VidCon is so much more money versus a plane ticket from like Belgium to London.
The gathering was probably the most insane gathering I think I've ever been a part of, other than obviously like big things like VidCon and stuff like that. I've been to almost every single gathering, YouTube, unofficial gatherings I should say. That was insane, like 3,000 people, that was VidCon 2. The capacity of VidCon 2 within 5.5 hours was insane.
It was actually pretty much about what I expected in terms of just the number of people who showed up and the amount of energy that would need to be expended in talking to all the people and signing autographs and taking pictures and whatever. Charlie is significantly more introverted than me, so I think it takes more energy for him to interact with people, and I don't know if I would consider myself extroverted or what, but I generally enjoy interacting with large groups of people.
Yeah, you don't seem to have too much of a problem doing it. Like this year, we both did like 13 hours of signing over the course of 2 days at VidCon. At the end of it, I was just like mentally drained and I felt like I was going to be sick. Michael was just
I was like, all right, let's go, let's go.
I'm ready. For me, I sort of anticipated that it would be 2 hours long. It ended up being 5.5 hours long, and so because of that, it was more draining than I thought it kind of would be at the start. But the thing with me is I really love meeting like individuals. I love all of the individual interactions that I can get, but because I am more introverted, it is just harder for me to sort of maintain that.
This one girl was crying, I couldn't figure out why, so I just hugged her a bunch of times and then she continued to cry more from that. But it was crazy. I was like, I'm just a human being like you, so it was cool. It was definitely different.
There was a lot of criers, but it's like very like, it's like happy tears, so it's like kind of cool. And Alli always cries when she sees somebody else crying. She's got the sympathy tears, so then she starts crying and then everyone's emotional.
It kind of breaks the ice and makes the situation less awkward if you go out of your way to point it out. So whenever I see people being whatever, I'll be like, okay, it's okay, just breathe with me in, out, and then we laugh and then it feels less weird.
For me, it's just like, I know that I would be in that exact same position if I was meeting like, you know, somebody that I really admire, and have been in that exact situation where I have just been starstruck meeting people and have had no idea what to say and have started shaking. So for me, I'm always just like, I know exactly what you're feeling, it's cool, don't worry about it.
The fact that people travel all over the place, from Sweden, Switzerland, Ireland, Germany, like all this, like driving and stuff like that, it's really kind of a crazy thing because, you know, we're not Tom Hanks or, you know, Claudia Schiffer or any like these real celebrities. We're just people like them making videos, and we just were making them and people watched them. And I don't consider myself anything extremely special or anything like that in that sense that somebody should travel that distance just to say hi for 30 seconds. You know what I mean? And it's a surreal feeling. It's just really crazy. No, it definitely doesn't feel like 5.5 hours. It does feel long, but when you look at the clock, you're like, oh, it's 5:30? Like, didn't we start at noon? Like, I mean, your body trains a little bit, but like, you know, everyone's so excited. You know, you're just meeting all these new people. It just kind of pushes you back up. It's just like a natural high. It's really awesome, actually.
We went up in the London Eye after the gathering, sort of as a way to cap off the night after dinner, and I thought it was a really magical way to sort of just say goodbye
in the
to
trip.
the city. Yeah. You know, say goodbye to the city, say goodbye to the group. We all had a glass of champagne, and
we all sang the song from Fun, which was our like morning song.
Morning.
So I felt really like that was it. That was our closing song.
Yeah, yeah. It was great though because we spent more time, I think, looking at each other and saying goodbye to
gazing
each other.
into each other's eyes.
Rather than taking in the sights around us, which we did too, but a lot of it was focused in on the group, which was great.
I think the thing went too fast. It would have been cool if we were the only people on the thing so they could take us up and just leave us at the top for like 10 minutes and then go back down because we're going up and then Alexi's like, we gotta do this stupid little speech thing, just don't pay attention to what's around you, let's talk here for a while. He wasted all our time. I wanted to be looking at Big Ben and he was just like, blah, blah, sentimental crap.
See, I've been on the London Eye once before, so for me it was just fine. It's just like, I live in London, I know what it looks like, it's cool. I'm happy to do the sentimental stuff, that's fine.
No,
so it was just lovely.
The sentimental stuff was fun.
Yep.
It was worth it.
I like camp, everybody. It was really cool, like, to build this relationship with all these YouTubers and you guys, Apprentice A. But I'm used to making friends and then bouncing, being in the military. Like, it happened a lot, so it wasn't that tough for me. I'm sick of all these people. I'm joking.
The chemistry on this trip has been unreal.
Yeah,
There's never, but you don't put a bunch of people in like one bus for 10 days and not expect there to be drama. But there wasn't 1 ounce of it on this trip. It's sad to say goodbye, but we'll see them again.
Yeah, we definitely will. That's a nice thing about YouTube is that there's always things like, the road trip, if this happens again, it'd be awesome, but also, there's VidCon, Playlist Live, other gatherings, and we're all fortunately
lucky enough
to be able to travel a lot, and hopefully, our paths will always cross at one point or the other. And, even if we don't, we will always have Twitter.
On the one hand, it feels like it hasn't been enough time. I wish I had spent more time with some of the people on the trip. I didn't get to talk to as much. I wish that we were going to more places. It's just been amazing. But on the other hand, I am very tired, and I don't have any more clean clothing in my suitcase. So it's sad, but I feel like it's a good wrap-up.
I've got to hang out with all these people that I've known, but I've also met new people, and it's been really cool meeting new people. It's kind of hard because I'm constantly on the road and stuff like that. You would think being on the road you meet new people all the time, but it's actually kind of the opposite. You meet less people that you can keep in touch with and things like that. So it's been really cool, kind of getting to have a little vacation, spend time with good friends, and make new ones.
The Apprentice A crew were all really fun to get to know. More than anything, I'm looking forward to, after this trip, being able to go and hopefully get out to Toronto and visit that crew and get down to Florida and visit Charles and Alli. Just spend time with these people that I've met in a setting that doesn't involve us having to go whitewater rafting all the time. Or
we've had the opportunity to bond now, so we can be friends.
Right.
So we get the chance to do the stuff that we would normally do together. That's exciting.
Austria was probably the prettiest place I've ever been to in my life.
Yeah,
we were only there for a little bit, but it was nuts. I'm trying to think of, whitewater rafting. I was so cold. I was going to opt out that day. I'm like, you guys are all crazy. I don't want to go in the rain and freeze my butt off.
Yeah,
and then
but you did it.
The person that was like instructing the boat, he made me go to the very front, and I got soaked like a bazillion times. It was a great experience, though.
That was a lot of fun. That was a blast. That really did stand out.
Anything else that stands out?
Beer Fest, Oktoberfest. Yeah, that was great. Oktoberfest was definitely a highlight. And
what a way to start the trip.
What a way to start the trip, right? Set the tone right. But yeah, that was something I've always only just heard of in passing, and finally getting to experience it was great.
Whitewater rafting was crazy. All Austria's stuff stood out to me, like the hills and the mountains. I've never seen anything like that in my life before. Like, I've been to Paris, and Oktoberfest was definitely dope too, though.
There are the things that are really exciting, and then there are like the small moments that sound stupid that make you just go, these people are great. I want to spend more time with them.
I think I really loved the fact that at the beginning of the day we got to go whitewater rafting in Austria, and then at the end of the day we were having dinner in Italy. It was just like crazy. That feels like it should have happened in 2 separate days, but it didn't. And I think that's part of the reason that it just feels like we've just been on this trip forever.
Yeah, I went down a river, cupped Juliet's breast, and I had dinner in Venice in the same day.
If you're gonna travel, if you haven't traveled, you should do it, because I mean, it's awesome. It's an experience that you would definitely got to do at least once in your life.
You should absolutely go. You should absolutely, even if it's 2 days in a different state, or a day trip to a town, you know, that you've never been to that's within 45 minutes of your house?
I have no idea what day it is right now. I have no date or anything. I just know we're going home. The trip has been absolutely amazing. Contiki blew it out of the water. Like, it's just, you know, Apprentice A Productions came up to me and said what was going on. We were going to go on a trip with Contiki. I didn't know what to expect. Completely blown away. And to be completely honest, I will be contacting them to do another trip for Alli and myself. I'm not pitching this. Like, it honestly was an awesome experience, and it was geared for us. It wasn't like, you know, with a bunch of people like stopping and taking photos and doing that and kind of moving on. It was going down the river and jumping off a cliff and things like that. And it was a pretty awesome experience.
The road trip has come to an end. That means the YouTubers have gone home, the gatherings are over, the challenges are over, but we are just getting started. Make sure you leave a comment below telling Contiki where you think they should take the road trip to next. And make sure you subscribe to youtube.com/Contiki. That's it for me. I'll see you on the road trip 2013.